I had a privilege of meeting God's servant. He prayed for me. I went back, and the next season I scored 10 goals that helped my team to succeed. Praise the Lord, church. My name is Anthony Uja, and I'm here to thank God for a successful 17 years of my football career. This is a career that has touched life a lot, produced a lot of graduate scholarships or countable, charitable things in my whole life, and I'm here to really thank God. This is going into football, you go through academies, more like football school. But I left school, came to Abuja in an open camping where over 200 people attended, and we were just 3 that were picked. That was 2008. That's where I started my career. And that was, since then, everything that has happened in my career showed that it's not just about talent alone, but the hands of God. I had the privilege of meeting God's servant multiple times that have helped me. 4 years ago, I stood here and testified how God healed me of an injury that should have ended my career. The doctors, professors, they all said, if I do this surgery, it's more like K-leg being turned to kind of a bow leg. But they did it, and they said they have no evidence of such surgery. Such person can continue their career. I did it successfully. I had the privilege of meeting God's servant. He prayed for me. I went back, and the next season I scored 10 goals that helped my team to succeed. I've played in different countries: Norway, Germany, China, Bulgaria, and my other testimony, I had an encounter. I was supposed to have ended my career previously. I had an encounter where God's servant and Sister Deborah visited me. When I woke up, I was actually angry for them to come in my home first before they came to call me. I wish it was in a physical where I would roll out the red carpet and everything, but it was in a dream. I was telling him about all my achievements so far, and because that happened in the physical. Whenever I have the opportunity to meet me, he always asks me about my investments, my businesses. And because I do not want to come back and tell him I still have the same thing, that's like a motivation for me to keep on expanding, investing. And it's more like a career report card, just like we have a report card for school. So whenever I meet him, I always have to tell him that I've done this more than when I met him the last time. And he prayed for me and said, it's not time for me to stop yet, and anointed me in that encounter. And I woke up, I felt more strength, more energy, and I played for 3 more years. I had an encounter again. I have a family concern that I had an encounter, and God's servant spoke to me about it in the dream of the night, and that led to sacrifice of taking part in the building of a church. As at then, I was wondering from where will I be able to get involved in such. But I was listening to last 2024.
So for the sake of time, multiple encounters. So let's round up with the last one you said.
Okay. I was listening to a program where he was financial steward meeting, where he was saying, if God puts it in your heart, he will put it in your hands. I held on to that word, prayed a lot with it, and then Command the Day was just starting new. And the next morning, there was a payment that I've been expecting 2 years ago. It was something that legally I can't fight for it, but it was like a verbal agreement. They didn't do it. And then all of a sudden, I received a call very early in the morning. And it's unusual to receive such calls, official calls in Germany. They are very strict with their time and everything. And I was told that the accountant sent an email where you feel like it was under pressure, that he remembered 2 years ago where they mentioned my name concerning something. They're about to close the account for the year. Meanwhile, they've closed the account for 2023. That happened 2 years ago. And they felt this pressure to attend to my need. And it was released. I knew the purpose for that release. It was not for me. And everything in 7 zeros went into the church project. And since then, we continued together with the church members to push in the church. And today, donations of over 8 zeros have gone into this church. And by the grace of God, next month, this church will be dedicated in Makurdi.
That's one of the locations God instructed him to not just spend money on yourself, use it for kingdom advancement, and it's aiding to that. And young players being raised and all diverse impartation to the glory of God.
Give the Lord a
Show
praise.
us his hair. Good.
You didn't tell us about your involvement. Did you play in the national team, Nigeria?
Yes.
Which year was that?
I played in the Super Eagles 8 times. I played under Stephen Keshi, Daniel Amokachi, and that's one of my biggest achievements.
Give
So
the
now,
Lord a praise. So it's important that you know that, and also the national and the international scene. Congratulations.